All right, guys, welcome to another episode of the Limitless Mindset Podcast. Hopefully you guys had an absolutely fantastic last week. We're heading into quarter three, guys. Well, actually, I should take that back. We're in quarter three. We got 2 more months left in this year. My question to you is, what are you guys doing about it? Have you guys laid out your plans? Have you guys got a plan of action to dial in the remaining 2 months of this year to make the most of it? And more importantly, have you guys made a plan dialed in for next year? Do you guys have a roadmap for yourself laid out with extremely clear intentions of what you guys have set to accomplish going into next year? What's crazy is the answer most of you guys may have to this is no. So today, I want to talk about what your guys' non-negotiables are for yourselves and how to hold yourself accountable to them. Your guys' daily non-negotiables are probably one of the most important and key things that you guys need to have to see a massive level of movement and change in the right direction in your guys' lives. A lot of people, this is where they jack it up, right? So for example, guys, your guys' daily non-negotiables for me could be, and you guys are welcome to take some of these, but my daily non-negotiables every day are to get up at a certain time in the morning. For me, that's 3:30 a.m. It doesn't matter what time I went to bed the night before. It's a non-negotiable for me to get up at 3:30 the day of, because I have a set routine and I have set things that I have already predetermined that I need to take care of for that day. As soon as I negotiate with myself and make excuses, oh, I was up too late, I stayed out too late, I'm too tired, I just gave in to myself. I just negotiated with myself and told myself it's okay to let myself down. And this is where a lot of people struggle internally, is letting themselves down without holding themselves accountable to the goals, right? Guaranteed, if you guys have a set standard for yourself every day, a set standard of non-negotiable goals, tasks, and outputs that have to be done, you guys will win. And this is where nobody holds themselves accountable. This is the key that is missing when you guys are looking at the end of your year as we round into the final 2 months and you look back and you say, man, I didn't accomplish what I needed to accomplish this year. I guarantee you part of that has to do with the fact that you didn't set non-negotiables for yourself and you did not hold yourself accountable to these goals. I can't tell you guys how absolutely important these things are and how much of an absolute massive impact they have made on my lives. A lot of you guys that follow me on social media, you guys see it. I'm up every day, first thing in the morning, I'm doing my posts, I'm getting my mind right. I'm not talking to anybody for the first 2 hours though. If you guys see and you guys get a lot of questions and comments, why do you get up at 3:30 in the morning? Why do you go for a jog first thing in the morning every day? We see on Instagram putting a message out. Why do you go to the gym right after that 5:30? Why do you do these things 7 days a week? I don't do them for anybody but myself. There's a reason that I do these things, because these things are what keeps me grounded. These things are what gets my mindset right every day. If you guys think for a fact or think that I even wake up every morning and I'm always positive, always optimistic, you guys are absolutely wrong. But what I have found is I know a routine that will snap me out of that, gets me in the right headspace, and gets me absolutely fired the fuck up to hit the office every morning. And that's my morning routine. That's where I give myself those 2 hours every day to get myself motivated, get myself dialed in. And what do I need to accomplish for the day? Get my mind right, get my headspace right. And I repeat, do not negotiate with myself when it comes to these things. And this is the shit where I see a lot of people negotiating with themselves and not holding themselves accountable. They make these promises to themselves. They tell themselves they're going to do these things and they back out. If you can't hold yourself accountable to the promises that you make accountable to yourself, you make these promises to yourself to be accountable, you make promises to yourself to accomplish these things, and then you break them so easily, how can you ever show up for anybody else or hold anybody else accountable to what it is that they want to go or achieve? And how can you ever be deemed as reliable and not letting people down if you can't even show up for yourself every day? I see this a ton in leadership too. And this is the one thing that drives me absolutely fucking crazy, guys, is that I see leaders all the time tell people that they need to hold themselves accountable, all the things they need to do, their day-to-day job tasks. But you look at that leader and they are not doing the things that they need to do. They are absolutely all over the place every day. You see them one day saying they're going to do this. They don't do it. They don't call themselves accountable. They're the ones that are sleeping in. They're the ones that are missing days sometimes. The reason I hold myself accountable is because if I'm ever going to ask anybody that I coach, any of my agents, anybody in my company, I'm trying to build them to be better people and set the goals for themselves and hold themselves accountable to get the life that they want. What kind of a leader would I be if I didn't even hold myself accountable to these goals and the things that I set forth and the promises that I make to myself If I'm constantly breaking those promises to myself, what the hell makes me think that these people that I'm coaching and come to me for leadership advice are going to take me serious if they don't see me doing it? See, the key is for you guys that are leaders out there, you guys that are managers, those of you guys that are company owners, CEOs, people that are self-employed and only speak to yourself, right? The secret to this is that if you're leading other people, if you're paving the way, you're always going to have to do more than what your people are doing, so that you set the expectation and you set the bar so damn high that they know that they should deserve and expect nothing but excellence from you. And in return, they expect excellence from themselves. You guys have to be the ones that are out there setting the bar every damn day. Every day that you let yourself off the hook is a piece of negotiation that you just made with yourself and you lost. And before you know it, this is where bad habits creep in. This is where lack of accountability creeps in. This is where results start to fade. This is where unhappiness comes from. This is where, in some ways, a form of depression comes in because you're not seeing the goals you want to hit. You're not happy. You're not satisfied with your performance. You're not getting where you want to be. You're living at suboptimal conditions. You're basically not dialed in the way you are. You're not running on all cylinders. And it starts with you holding yourselves accountable to the goals that you guys set for yourselves. Guys, this is where it all starts and this is where it all ends. Don't be soft on yourself. If you guys cannot create the discipline inside to hold the promises you guys make for yourself, your daily non-negotiables that you know if you did these every damn day, you would get to where you guys want to be because you guys have reverse engineered it, right? Those of you guys that are in a high up leadership position, those of you guys that are company owners, you know what it takes. At some point in your guys' lives to get to where you needed to get, you guys had a set routine. You guys had set standards. You guys worked your ass off. You guys held yourself accountable and you set the bar so high for yourself that you work for it and you were able to accomplish success. And then somewhere along the lines, as people started coming to you and working for you and leadership started to become your role, you guys started to let your foot off the gas. You guys started negotiating with yourselves. You guys stopped going all in. Guys, this is where you fucked up. This is why right now you feel discontent. This is why you feel unhappiness, is because you can see where you want to be, but you know that you're not putting in the work to get there and you're frustrated with yourself. You guys are mad at yourselves, right? Guys, start holding yourselves accountable. Every day have a set of non-negotiables that must be done. I don't give a shit if it's 11:50 at night and you guys haven't got some of these non-negotiables done. Non-negotiable means you do them every day without fail. You have your tasks that need to be completed, and you guys are holding yourselves accountable to them. Make that a goal for yourselves this week, guys. Get out there and focus on the non-negotiables that you make with yourself. And anytime you start to hear that bitch voice in your mind come in and start to talk to you and start to talk you out of those goals and start to make excuses as to why you don't have to hold yourself accountable to these goals that you know you need to hit, you guys shut that voice up inside your head and you guys get after it no matter how bad you want to. Because on the other side of doing those things that you know you need to do, you guys are going to feel absolutely amazing, right? You guys have all had those times where if you've gone to the gym and maybe you guys are up too late, 5 o'clock rolls around, 6 o'clock in the morning rolls around, and you're ready to go to the gym. That alarm clock goes off and you're dead ass tired, and then you guys go back to sleep. You wake up and you feel regret because you didn't go to the gym even though you needed to. You made that promise. You know deep down inside you just negotiated with yourself and the bad part of it won against you, right? You guys were too weak to hold yourself accountable inside. You guys were friggin' weak, and you guys know that, and it doesn't feel good, and that's why you feel the way you do throughout the day. But on those days where you held yourself accountable and you guys did get up and you guys pushed through the apathy inside to go through and follow through on your guys' commitments, you guys felt great, right? You got in there. I'm sure you were sluggish as hell going in that gym. Once you got in there, you got the music playing. You got your friggin' tempo rolling. You guys got into a good, steady state of mind, a pace going. And then when you were walking out of that gym, you felt amazing and you were absolutely proud of yourself. You guys felt a level of high, right? That you held yourself accountable and you got it. And then now you feel way more productive. Guys, you can have that feeling every damn day if you force yourself to push through, right? We call it the force of average, right? The world itself is designed around keeping people average, right? It puts you in these little boxes. The thing is, I like to live in a circle because circles expand, right? Circles have room to expand and contract, right? You have the ability to expand your world by holding yourself accountable and setting goals and then making sure that you hold yourself accountable. Boxes are made to hold you guys in, right? They're made to be little rooms, little sections to hold you guys, right? And most of you guys are living in boxes right now. You guys put yourself in boxes. You don't hold your accountable to break free, guys. And this is one thing you guys need to really, really, really dial yourself in on before you're ever ready to lead anybody, before you're ever ready to tell somebody how to get where they want to go, how to do it. You guys need to show them through your guys' day-to-day actions every day. You guys need to hold yourself accountable. You guys need to make these promises to yourself and do not break them under any circumstances. I don't give a shit if you've only had 1 hour of sleep the night before. That's your fault. Own it. But today's a new day. Get up on the time you promised yourself. Do not negotiate. Roll out of bed. Hold yourself accountable, and you start that day off on the right foot. That's all I have for you guys today. Get out there, set your intentions, set your guys' goals for yourself. Stop negotiating and stop letting yourself out of your obligations and the promises that you made to yourself. And I guarantee you guys are going to see some massive ground covered in your life, and you guys are going to feel incredible about yourselves. Get out there, guys. Let's crush it.